All right. Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are just starting off on day one of. Sorry, hold on a second. I'm not set up very well for this. Today we're just going to start off on our button quail hatching adventure. And so, yeah, so the first thing I thought we'd do is pretty much just go open everything up and check out the eggs first, see how many survived in shipping. I did basically just unseal everything before I started the live stream. I haven't actually looked in it yet. And then we'll open up the egg incubator that I'm using, and then yeah, get that set up and get the eggs put inside, hopefully, and to get things started. So give me 1 second to find a place for everything here, and then yeah, we'll grab the eggs here and we can see how many actually survived shipping. So these weren't actually supposed to be here until Wednesday, so they actually got here a couple days early, which isn't bad because the incubator at least got here today too. But this is just the sheet that they give you with all the information on it. The order was for 12. It looks like they're going to be giving us 15 eggs. So that's nice that they actually give us at least a couple extra here. Let me just switch this over real quick. All right, there you go. Hey, Captain. All right, so here are the eggs. Let's grab the camera and we'll move everybody closer so we can check these out. So, I mean, it looks like everything was packaged really well. It's got a ton of padding in here, so I'm assuming everything should have survived. All right, actually, I guess we're probably just going to have to leave this up on the stand here. It's hard to do that with one hand. But we'll put the eggs close to the camera in just a second. So here's our little box. I think all the rest is just padding in here. Yeah. So everything was actually really packaged really well for protecting the eggs inside. So hopefully they all survived shipping. Unfortunately, a little bit stuck to the box here. There we go. Hey, Joseph, how's it going? All right, so we have our eggs in a little egg carton. Open that up. And all the eggs have like tissue around them, so some extra protection. And according to the, oops, that one came out. According to the sheet that came with it, the invoice, these were laid on the 5th and the 6th, which is actually also pretty good because I heard that you're supposed to like make sure that they're in an incubator within 7 days of hatching. So, all right, here's our first little egg here. Checking for really just any cracks on it. And yeah, that one is looking really good. I'm sorry, this camera won't focus. These guys are tiny though. So, I mean, I did grab a chicken egg. This is the first time I've ever seen one of these button quail eggs. So this is a regular chicken egg. And so the quail egg is probably about, what, like 4 or 5 times smaller than a chicken egg. Which is kind of cool. I know the camera is not the best. Let me actually fix the focus on it though. Then we'll, oh, shit. You know what? I didn't think that would fall so deep into there. It didn't make a good sound when it hit the bottom either. All right, I did not crack it. So we're gonna leave them like in the little tissue things. And unwrap the rest of them in just a second here. Let me fix this camera so we can actually get it to focus correctly, hopefully. Oh, autofocus is on, so it's probably because of the light behind me. I'm backlit that it just doesn't want to focus correctly. But egg number 2, egg number 2. Oh, never mind, it's not. It's just got some feathers from the hen that laid it stuck to it. But it doesn't look like there's damage to the egg. So, yeah, I mean, it's got some spots on it, but I don't see any obviously any cracks on it. So I think that's a good one. So we have 2 good eggs so far, I think. Egg number 3. Unfortunately, we have our first cracked egg here. We have one egg that's no good. So I'll put that off to the side. Throw that one away. Egg number 3 is just a regular. All the other eggs were kind of like a brown spotted egg. This one's just the pretty sky blue color. This one has no cracks on it either. So we've got 3 good eggs so far. 3 out of 15, looking pretty good. Another blue spotted one. It's a little dirty, but that's all right. As long as it's not cracked, should be okay. Not seeing any cracks on that one either. So it looks like most of these survived shipping, which is good to see. Egg number 5 might have a small crack on the fat end here. I know it's not going to focus correctly for you, but it looks like there might be a small one right here. But I'll probably just throw it in the incubator anyway, just in case. It's just a mark. I mean, it's not leaking, so I'm assuming it's not a crack. Eggs number 7 looks good. No cracks on that one. Another just blue spotted one. Egg 8. This one's a bit dirty, but yeah, no cracks. Looks like we just have the one crack so far. So we're looking pretty good. I'll move the camera closer to them in just a second once I'm done taking a look at them all, so you can see what they all look like. All right, that one looks good. Another good one here. So far, we just have the one damaged egg. This one might have a little chip in it, but still looks pretty good. Let's put that in the good pile. Got another one. Another kind of just brown spotted one. No cracks. Our third to the last egg. Also intact, no cracks. The last 2 here. Looking good. And that one has no cracks either. Oops. Hopefully I don't end up dropping these things and cracking them myself, but so far everything's looking good. And our last egg in the box, everything is looking good on this one too. So the only obviously damaged cracked egg was just the 1 out of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 out of 15. So pretty good. From the reviews I had seen online, people were saying that like they were getting like 4 or 5 eggs out of their batch that were cracked. So not bad. We'll take it. Actually, you know what? We're going to use this thing here. And let's see. Let's move the cracked one over here. Move our chicken egg out of the way for a minute. And then we can just throw all of the quail eggs onto here. And I'll move the camera over so you guys can actually see the eggs. I know the camera didn't want to focus on them really. So then we'll move, once we do that, we'll move these out of the way and get the incubator put together and get that started to heat up so we can get the eggs in ready for hatching. So all right, here is a close-up of all the eggs that we got. So 14 out of 15. They are really tiny though. So they should be super cute birds when they hatch. Cracked egg is not an issue as long as membrane is not torn. Yeah, I think that one that was broken had a giant like divot in the bottom. So, I mean, I could put it in the incubator just to see if it would work out, but I'm pretty sure that it's probably no good. So I'm going to carefully move these guys out of the way and hopefully not spill them all over the floor. So I'm going to put these guys through them. Where should we put these? I'll just put them on over by the computer. So if anyone's by the way, if anyone's watching this later on and is interested in hatching their own eggs, all the supplies I'm using for this project are in the description below. It's not a sponsored video, but they're not affiliate links either. So I just figured that if anyone was curious, wanted to check it out for themselves, and I'd add the links in the description from Amazon. So this is the incubator I got. It's a pretty cheapy one. Honestly, I decided since this is my first time, I didn't want to buy anything super expensive. So yeah, I just went with a pretty cheap one. I think it was, I'd have to look now, but it was around $40 or right around there. So not expensive at all. And it honestly didn't have the greatest reviews, but there weren't that many on it in the first place, and it was basically just a mid-grade reviewed product. And all the people that I'd say almost everyone that did review it said that they did have success having their eggs hatch. And then there was like 1 or 2 people that complained that none of the eggs actually hatched. So I figured good enough, if this works out and the hatching goes well, if we decide to do more eggs or do like ducks or something next time, we'll probably just do a different incubator and then maybe just give this one away to somebody that wants to try it out for themselves. I'm going to keep the styrofoam because also in the instructions and in the reviews, people said that if the machine is having trouble holding temperature, they recommend just putting it back into the styrofoam to help insulate it. But the room we're in, the reason I picked this room is because it's on the upper level of the house, and it's already really hot and humid up here anyway. So it should be a good room, and I shouldn't probably need to keep it in the styrofoam. All right, so we've got the bottom plate. This is probably going to be this is probably the bottom floor piece. Let's see our instruction manual. So once we'll do a full review of this one too once the full hatching cycle is over, and I'll let you guys know how everything went. Bottles for the humidity control. I heard that the water bottle slightly leaks, but not too worried about it. All right, so electrical cord, the water bottle stand holder. People were, all right, so it's the threading on this. You just have to feel, there's not actually real threads in here. It's just kind of friction held. So you just have to twist it until it basically is tight and then stop. Otherwise, you can just keep spinning this thing around. So these are egg dividers, the tube for the water thing, I'm assuming. These are little egg dividers. A spray bottle to add water for humidity. This is the one thing some people were complaining about in the reviews about the red pieces that nobody knows what they're for. These are just hanging things, so like you can once the chicks hatch, they're just little hanging feeders for the chicks for food. So we won't need those for a little while. And then this is just our automatic turning piece, because this machine is supposed to have automatic egg turning, which is nice, so I don't have to come up here every couple hours to turn the eggs. All that out of the way. This is the actual egg tray which is the reason I did like this one is because a lot of them had it, but a lot of the other cheap ones didn't have divider things that you could actually just pick the size of the egg that you have. so they, it'll fit multiple eggs. A lot of them were just basically like little depressions, and they just sat and rolled around inside the thing. I figured I figured that would be like, that one would probably have more chances of just breaking eggs from having them rolling around when the automatic turner starts. So that's kind of why I picked this one too. And also, I also picked it so we have the clear cover, we can see inside of it and whatnot. And so the plan is, once we get closer to hatching time, I'll probably just, which is around day 14. From what I read, quail eggs take around 15 to 16 days to hatch. And once it hits day 14, you're supposed to put them in lockdown or whatever, and remove like the automatic turning pieces and just let them sit there and get ready to hatch. So I'll probably just start a live hatching stream with a hatching cam, and once we're closer to hatching time, that way I can just leave it running overnight, so we won't miss the hopefully we won't miss the first egg that hatches. All right, let's get this thing put together. This is our lid with all the electronics on the top. It does have a candling light on here. So on day 5, we'll probably do we'll either do a video or a quick live stream. We'll go through and do the first candling of all the eggs, just basically shining a light through it, and then I guess just checking the development inside to make sure that they are fertile and that there's development going on. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's move some of this stuff out of the way. We'll get this main tray set up. So it looks pretty self-explanatory. I don't really think we need the instructions for this part. It's just got feet here. Assuming it's in here like that. And then I'm guessing this goes on top. Then we just need to add our automatic turning rod to the shaft here. So we'll insert our shaft into the hole. So then that just goes into here, and then this piece that hangs down will just go into here. So it supposedly like just moves the basket back and forth to be able to turn the eggs. We'll test out the turning thing once we get the eggs inside. But let's just see what size we're gonna need for this. So let's just get one of these in. We'll grab one of our eggs just to get a size. Put that next to it. And then we'll grab another one of our dividers here. So we're going to need to go at least 1, 2, 3, so 4 over. And then all the eggs will fit in there really good. We're going to want to preheat this thing though first. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to preheat this before you drop the eggs in, so we'll do that. There we go. So I guess what we'll do is, since we have 15, I don't know how many we can fit in each one, but we'll just go 1, 5. So we'll go do that, and then maybe leave a spot in the center, maybe. So like maybe hopefully they'll be like evenly cooked. Not cooked, but heated. 1, 2. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 from this edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know, maybe I guess we'll leave a oops, Y on the side. All right, so I guess we'll just go like this, and we'll put the eggs into these slots here. Hey, Thomas. Hey, Kronos. Hello, Professor. All right, so let's slot this thing on here. And then we can try out all the electronics on it. Figure out the water bottle in just a minute. Okay, so where is the electrical on here? Oh, top. The electric thing's here. Plug this guy in down here. Alright, so. Alright, it powered up for us. It looks like it's preset to. Oh, and the egg turner thing is actually working. You can't see it, probably. Oh, yeah, you can. It's just sliding back and forth. So they said to check the turner, just hold the lighting thing for 3 seconds, and there you go. So I guess that's how the eggs will turn with the that thing. So I think it like every. I guess probably would help to look at the instruction manual here. Okay, install egg inserts in the protective frame. We did that. Place protective frame on mesh. We did that. Install the eggs. I guess maybe we don't need to preheat this. It's just telling all the stuff that we get inside of it. Do not lift the lid frequency during operation of the incubator before hatching. Make sure that please run the okay. Make sure to run the incubator for 30 minutes in advance to warm up. So we're gonna have to wait a good half an hour here. Waste a half an hour to get the machine heated up here. After connecting the power supply, the display shows real-time temperature, 80 degrees. It seems probably about right because I think it's about 80 degrees in this room. I'm sweating up here. And we should get a... Anyway, just, press the set button and press the up-down button to set the target temperature. Press set button again to confirm set temperature. Press candler button on their candler button to turn on the egg check light. Press again to turn off. So yeah, this is going to be eventually our light to check the eggs. That'll be on. We're supposed to do that from what I read on like day 5, and then like another 4 or 5 days later. Just to check it twice at least. Let's see. Incubator return the eggs every 2 hours. If you need to turn the eggs manually, press and hold the candler for 3 seconds. All right, so every 2 hours they'll get a little turn, which I think is probably fine. Set temperature alarm range. The machine will alarm when the temperature is above or below the alarm temperature range. The high alarm temperature range is the sum of the setting temperature and the value of AH. The low alarm temperature range is the setting of the temperature subtracting the value of alarm low. For example, if we set the temperature to 99 degrees Fahrenheit and AH to 2 degrees Fahrenheit, the appliance will, okay, so if it gets to 101, the alarm will go off. And then conversely, if it's at 2 degrees for the low setting, it'll sound off when it gets to 97. That makes sense. People were saying that they didn't understand the alarm thing on the reviews too, so I don't know why. Sorry, I just had to grab the phone so I can see. Trying to grow Groots. No, we're trying to grow some aminals this time. Kronos. So low temperature alarm range, blah, blah, blah. I got that. Calibrate temperature setting. I probably don't need to do that right now. I don't have an extra thermometer, so I might have to buy an extra temperature sensor just to put in here to make sure that this one's right. But like I said, it's pretty warm up here, so I don't really think we're going to have too much of an issue. Factory reset incubation tips. Please choose fresh fertilized eggs within 4 to 7 days. And we did that. Our eggs were laid 5 days ago. Don't wash. Don't put them in the fridge, obviously. Ensure surfaces are clean without any spots, cracks, or deformities. Correct disinfection will reduce hatching rate, whatever. I mean, all of them look pretty clean. There was that one that was a little bit dirty. I just had like I think I had like a poop spot on it. We'll try and wipe that off before we put that in. Okay, so the first test it says we want to do on the 5th or 6th day, mainly to check the fertilization of the eggs. The second test is they want us to do it. They say to do it on the 11th or 12th day, and that's to check the inner development of the embryos. Well-developed embryos will grow with blood vessels inside and around. Meanwhile, the air chamber will be larger with a clear contour. And then the third test date, 16th and 17th, but that's usually during the. This is probably written for like chickens, because the day 16 would be pretty much hatching day. Like I said, the lockdown stage starts at 14, where we stop doing it, where we take out the egg rotator and just let them sit inside the machine. And then on hatching day should be between day 15 and day 19, I think. A lot of people were saying that like the longest they've had the eggs go were 19 days. So adding water instructions, period, date, 1st to the 7th, fill one of the side slots with water. Day 8 through 14, fill the middle slot with water, and then day 15, then towards the end, 15 to the 21st, fill all slots with water. I have no idea. Okay. Oh, okay. So we got a growing period back here on the manual, which you can't read, but it's on their manual says quail hatching days 18, growing period temperature 101 degrees Fahrenheit, and with a humidity around 55 to 70. From the couple of videos I've watched, most people said that 60% humidity is good enough. And most of them had it there set at right around 100 degrees Fahrenheit too. And then same thing with hatching period, 65 to 85% humidity, 100 degrees. And all right, that's pretty much it. So kind of basically now we're just waiting for this thing to heat up. I guess we can see if this water thing will actually work. Hopefully we won't spill a crap ton of water everywhere. Let's get this tube on. Otherwise, we could just fill it manually, I suppose. I don't have any room for this to sit on here right now, though. That's the problem. Review of the incubator. Excessively easy to put together. Really straightforward. You don't need to use any of the instructions. Everything was really easy. So yeah, so far so good. It's supposed to also, just in case of overheating too, it's supposed to also have an automatic turn off. Sorry, so we inserted our tube so we can add some water. Let's fill our bottle here. So I've got a bottle of water somewhere I brought up here. Where the hell did I put it? Where is my water? Oh, there it is. So hopefully we can pour some in without spilling everywhere. But it's supposed, from what I read, it's supposed to be warm water, not just regular cold tap water. So hopefully this is good enough. We're doing it. all the way, I guess. All right. So that's full. Now we just need to get this attached without spilling everywhere. I think what I'll try to do, yeah, let's go like this. Ah, see, now I see what they mean by just spins and spins. I think we got it. And yep, they're right. This thing does leak. Oh, never mind. There's just not a top to it. So once it's upside down and in the correct position, it's fine. The gravity feed. There we go. All right, it works if you have it elevated. Otherwise, the gravity feed doesn't work very well. But it is filling. It's probably not helping that this is on an angle. This is just like dumping all the water in. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Maybe it is. I don't know. Huh. Well, our bottle is completely empty. Let's actually open the lid for a second. See how much water got dumped into here. I mean, it's just basically filling the trays like it's supposed to. So I guess that's good. We're not really on flat ground here. I stacked up to make it easier to live stream with the camera. I just put it on a shitty stacked up a bunch of containers just since I don't have a table in here right now. And once the chicks hatch, these obviously without the lid, but they'll spend their first couple of days inside one of these things as their first little house, and then we'll have to build them a new one. Let's get this lid back on, and we'll just watch this thing and see how it goes. We're at 93 degrees. We want this to be at 100 and around, just right about 100 degrees. So I think what we're gonna do is let's. All right, it's preset for me for 100. I think that's probably good. It's at 94 degrees, showing about 61% humidity right now. 62, 63. We'll see if the humidity levels off. I don't know how accurate the humidity sensor is. I think a lot of the people that were in the reviews were saying that the temperature was pretty good as far as the temperature sensor, but some people were saying that the humidity sensor wasn't the greatest. Just leveling off right around 65. I guess we'll have to wait until we get up to 100 degrees to really see where it goes to. I don't know if you can have too much humidity in this thing. It's still climbing. It's at 66, and it does say 55 to 70%. So as long as we can hold it at 70, I guess. Maybe we might just have to do a manual fill on this to try and control it a little bit better. So we're at 66%, 94 degrees. This bottle thing is kind of stupid, I guess. But it does look like it's leveling off at around 66. So hopefully it's in the right ballpark of what we're supposed to be at. This is not going to work out well. It better work out well, Kronos. We want some baby chicks. All right. Oh, that's right. I got a marker here too, so we can start marking the eggs, I guess, to get them ready to go in. So let's grab our eggs again. Hopefully, we won't dump them everywhere. So we want to mark these on each side, so we know that they're getting turned. I think we're gonna number them. That way we can, so we'll call this one egg 1. And then we'll just add a X on the other side. So, all right, so egg number 1. I don't know if we can, if I can use a Sharpie. I just tried to pick a, this is a dry erase though, so it might not be the best. All right, I mean, it's not erasing off of there, so we might have to remark these later on though. All right, so egg number 2. Now that I think about it, once they get wet from the humidity, we'll probably lose the marks, but we'll see. Egg 3. Four. Egg 5. 6. Number 7. Ah, dang it. Number 8. Number 9. 10. 11. Yeah, this was the one that had a little ick on it. So let's see if we can pull it off. I don't know, that might not, it's really stuck on there. Hopefully that'll be okay. I'm guessing because of the humidity, because if they have like dirt, if they have like any messy on it, it might like cause bacteria to grow maybe. Maybe we'll isolate that one egg. 13 and 14. So, all right, so we've got 14 eggs, guys. How many do you think are going to end up actually being fertile for us? And how many do you think will actually hatch? I'm hoping, I'm going for the average. It seems like from the videos I've watched of other people hatching these and just other reviews I've seen from like the people that bought eggs and whatnot, it's been around like a 25% hatch rate or so. So I'm hoping to do at least out of 14 eggs, if we can at least get 4, I'd be happy with that. But I'm kind of hoping that we get a really good hatch rate out of these. All right, so we're at 100 degrees, and it looks like it's holding at around 56%. So it dropped a little bit, so we're going to have to let this go to a little while longer to see if we can get that humidity back up a bit. So let's put the eggs out of the way again while we're waiting. Putting 15 in there, it hatches retarded. You can name it after you. I mean, we could. It's just, let me show you what it looks like. So this was egg 15. It's definitely got a clear break on the bottom of the shell. I really don't think it's going to end up hatching. But I mean, I suppose we could try. And we could put that in like the center area. I mean, I don't mind trying. I just don't want something to happen where like all the other eggs get like contaminated and none of them end up hatching because of this one. But I guess we can try it out and see what happens. It'll be a bird with like no beak. It's got like 9 wings or something. I guess while we're waiting, we can try out this light thing too on this broken one. See how this is even supposed to go. You guys won't be able to see much. Oh shit. Huh. Yeah, I mean it's indented, but I don't really see any obvious breaks on it on the inside. Maybe it's just all right, we'll definitely throw this one in, I guess. I mean, it's not leaking. All right, we'll throw it in. Why not? So egg 15 will make it into the bunch. We'll try and separate 15 off with a couple of the dirty ones. That way we can keep them kind of separated. Egginator. Too much humidity is called steaming. Yeah, that's true, Joseph. All right, so we're back up to 64%. And the temperature is holding at 100, which is good. How did it say we're supposed to set the alarm up? Let's figure that out again. Press set then up and down. Wait, after connecting the power supply, press set up and down, blah, blah, blah. Press again to turn it off. Machine will alarm the temperature. So to set alarm range, press and hold set for 3 seconds. 1, 2, okay, alarm. Up and down, select AL, select button once. Press up or down to adjust temperature range. Oops, way too long. All right, so let's do that again. 2 degrees. 2 degrees. CAU. Cow? Oh, calibrate. All right, so everything's set. So we're just gonna go with a. This light's really bright. We're gonna just go with 100 degrees then, and just leave it at that, and then have the alarm set for plus or minus 2. So basically, factory settings, I guess. It's on Jurassic Park. I've always wanted a dinosaur, Joseph. So we went and injected some frog DNA into the eggs off camera. I didn't let you guys see that part. So pretty soon we're going to have a few velocity. And hopefully I won't get eaten. Hopefully life will find a way, Kronos, and find a way to survive the incubator and come to life for us. I'm not ignoring you. I think I'm not even going to bother refilling this bottle thing. I think I'll probably just check it every day and just add water in manually because that was a mess. So let's go with water bottle, automatic water adding device. 2 out of 5 stars. it does what it's supposed to do. I mean, maybe if there was actually, if I put water in here before I did the bottle, obviously there would be, it probably would work better. But since the reservoir was completely empty, it probably just, that's probably why I just drained the entire bottle right away, which I'm actually sure that's why that happened. But I don't want to add any more right now, because I don't want this thing to like flood. Dinos will avoid you. You're 50% Diet Coke, 50% Marlboro. Exactly. Well, I'm well preserved for the dinos. I'm like a Little Debbie snack cake, well preserved, long shelf life. I'm just wasting some time here, keeping an eye on the temperature thing. Probably around, I don't know, how long has it been? Has it been about like 15 minutes since we turned it on? I'm excited to put the eggs inside. You haven't had a cigarette in 12 years. It's probably a good thing. They're excessively expensive nowadays, Kronos. Oh, let me try and move the microphone closer so I don't have to yell across the room anymore. We'll put it on top of the incubator. Poached eggs. We don't want to poach them, Kronos. We want to hatch them. I'm probably blown out, but yeah. So we're just. I am excited. I'm very excited. Random. I mean, let's face it. I'm not going to have kids of my own. This is the closest I'm ever going to be able to be to observe the miracle of life, right? So hopefully we have at least a couple hatch for us. I'd probably rather have pod too, but we just got legalized in our state, so we won't have any dispensaries until probably next year. Our state has taken things extra slow for some reason. Although I could just go drive up to the Indian reservation and buy some there, but I don't really feel like going on a 4-hour drive just to go get some, just to go get a small bag of weed. That seems a little excessive. I think I can wait. All right, so the humidity is holding right around 65% according to this, and it does seem to be working because the inside is starting to fog up. So I'm assuming that means that the humidity thing is working. Actually, let me move this out away for a minute. And let's open this again real quick. Because I said for the first few days to fill the chamber on the. Yeah, okay. So at least one of these chambers is completely filled, so I think that's good. I'm not going to worry about it yet. Just make sure I didn't screw that up. All right, so the egg turning thing is still attached. Good for that. I guess this is kind of a good test to see how fast this reef warms up, because that dropped just having the lid off for that small amount of time is showing that the temperature dropped by 2 degrees. It's already back to 99, so it looks like it regains the temperature pretty quick, and it's regaining the humidity pretty quick too, so that looks pretty good. What day is today? Today is Monday. Yeah, I couldn't. It's way too much humidity for me too, Kronos. Even Texas is pretty bad. All right, that didn't take long at all. We're already back to 100. How long has this been going for? 50 minutes ago. So I'm guessing like around. I'll just wait like another 10 minutes and then we'll put the eggs in, I guess. That should be close enough to. I mean, I'm assuming it just wanted it to be at 100 degrees once the eggs went inside. So we could probably just put them in now, but we'll give it a couple extra minutes just to make sure. And then we'll get these guys inside and hopefully things will work out. I do have the so once they're born, like I said, they'll go into the little container houses, the plastic container houses, and I've got another package on the way. It's the brooder heating pad thing. So I thought that'd be here by now, so we could at least put that together while we were waiting for this to heat up. But unfortunately, that has not arrived yet. Amazon is being really slow. Actually, let me check real quick if it got delivered while we've been sitting up here. I don't think it has, but they don't always ring the doorbell when they drop stuff off here. So I'm saying it should be here by around 6:30 tonight, but last time it said that, it didn't get here till like 10 o'clock at night, so who knows. Maybe I'll just do a quick, when I set that thing up and test it out, we'll do a quick video once that gets here. Random's already in Tuesday. Continue the discussion in 6 hours, Kronos. All right. Let's back down that thing. And I think we're probably almost ready to go here. Let's give it a couple more minutes. It's kind of staying at 64%. I'm going to assume that's probably good enough. Let's see what this thing say. Yeah, growing period 55 to 70. So we're within the range. So I'm not worried about it. I think we'll be good. Let's just give it another 2.5, 3 minutes here. So at 5:20 my time, we'll go ahead and drop the eggs in. Oh, that's right. My sister wanted a picture of the eggs. Give me a second. I'm going to take a quick picture for my sister. Come here, little guys. All right. Set these down there. All right, just a couple more minutes and we will put them in the incubator and get things started. So yeah, I guess for people that weren't here in the beginning, when I talked about what we're gonna do is, so we'll probably after today we'll do another either just a video or a short stream on day 55 or whatever when we do the first check of the fertility of the eggs, and then we'll do that every again closer to hatching time, and then once we get to day 14, what I'll probably do is just set up a stream and just let it run 24/7 pretty much, and just I'll put it really close to the incubator thing so you guys can, so people can see when the first eggs start to hatch, and hopefully we won't miss the first hatching if it ends up happening overnight. And then once they do hatch, I'll probably just set up like a live chick cam for a little while and just leave that going on. Have a good night, Kronos. All right, 5:20. Let's go ahead and add these guys in, I guess. I feel like this isn't actually at 100 degrees. Probably gonna end up having definitely, I think. I have no idea. I'm gonna probably end up having to get a secondary temperature sensor to put in. I'll probably do that tomorrow. That way we can get that in there right away. I don't know if this actually at 100 or not. All right. Eggs are going in. Trying to keep these so they're all number side up right now. And so that's the temperature alarm, I'm assuming, because it's sensing it's below temperature because the lid's off. I guess that's good to know that that works. All right. Sorry, it's annoying, I know. Ah. 13. And then we'll put the dirty number 11. We'll give that one its own little slot, so it doesn't have a chance to contaminate any other eggs. And then we'll put derpy number 15 over here too. This one's a little too tight. Oops. Open this one up an extra. I don't know what's going on with this one. Alright, so this will roll the eggs. Alright, sensor. I got it. All right, let's just see how long this takes to get back up to temperature now that the eggs are inside. Should we try the rolly thing right now just to make sure that they're actually rolling? Let's do that. Oh, all right, they actually do turn. I was concerned that this wouldn't work. Yeah, all the X sides are up and the number sides are down. The only one that didn't want to roll was Derpy Egg 15. So I guess we'll see how that goes. ALDG, yes, they're grapes. All right, so yeah, they all spun. Almost all the X's are facing up, so they did go a little bit more than just 180, but that's fine. So that should, yeah, even the one over here. So it's just that egg 15 is like wedged in between there. I think we're just have to give it more room. We'll do that real quick. We'll open that slot up a little bit. All right, now it should roll. I think it's because that there's the way it's sitting. I think that little crack here, that indented area, is getting caught up on the grate at the bottom. Let's get this thing on before the alarm sounds again. All right, so we're at 92 degrees, slowly climbing. So let's just wait and see this how long this takes to get back to 100, and then we'll call it a night. I don't know if I should put this in the maybe. Oh shit! So if we do this, we're gonna have to disconnect that. Oh shit! Now I'm like dumping all the water out. Run the hose through the opening. There we go. Reattach this hose here so it doesn't leak out. That. And then I probably just lost like a bunch of water here, so let's do what they told us not to do and keep opening this stupid thing up. Check our water level. All right, we're gonna need to add a little bit more water. Just gonna do it without that. Do a manual pour. Yeah, it said it wanted. Oh, you know what? There's a drain here, so it can't actually overfill. That's nice. I guess we're just gonna leave it like that. I mean, I guess we had more than enough in here because it said got to start just to have that one side filled, so we might have too much in here now. We'll let some of that. Yeah, I don't know. Conflicted of what I want to do. I'll just keep an eye on it, I guess, for a little while. Make sure it doesn't get to like 1,000% humidity. But I think we'll be okay. Lid back on. All right, so we're at 91 degrees, and we're just gonna wait for this thing to get to 100 again. And I need to stop taking the cover off. I am curious, so if we do this, could, I'd have to okay, that alarm's just gonna keep going off until we get back to 100. We're at 91, so it shouldn't take too much longer. I might, for the first 7 days, put the styrofoam around it just to keep it more insulated. So I do feel like maybe this temperature gauge isn't 100% accurate. But so tonight maybe I'll do that, and then tomorrow I'll pick up another temperature sensor to throw inside here. I suppose it's maybe a gorilla. I suppose it might be accurate, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, we're back to 92. It's saying that it's at 63% humidity. So we're still in the window that we want. Kind of just holding at 93 right now, but I'm assuming that it's because of the water temperature that we just put inside, since it's going to take a little bit longer to heat back up again. So we'll just give it a few minutes here, hang out for a little bit longer, and then call it a night soon. All right, so we're at 67%. Then for just miscellaneous updates, that'll be going on my Discord page. So if you want to keep up with some more of the miscellaneous updates of the project, stuff that's just too small to do a video about or not worth doing a live stream with, just go ahead and join my Discord, and you'll be able to see some more updates in there. Like tonight, I'll probably do another quick update just to let people know how things are going. Yeah, we got it. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, Thomas. 16 to 19 days. It's back up to 95. And it looks like the humidity level is leveling off and holding around 65. So we're basically right in the middle of the target range, which is good, I think. All right, so the incubator, for its price, easy to set up. We really didn't need any instructions to do that, so let's give that the ease of setup. We'll give it a 5 out of 5. We have to take 1 star away so far, just because it does have a pretty plasticky smell right out of the box. So we'll say that's 4 out of 5. And then I guess we just have to wait to see how well it holds temperature and humidity, and then we can give it a full review once we hopefully have some eggs hatch. But so far, pretty happy with it. Not bad for just 40 bucks. All right, so we're at the alarm level. It's fine. Let's turn that off. We know we're getting back up there. So the alarms will go off at 98 degrees. If it drops down to 98 degrees, I'll get the alarm, and then it should go off again if it heats up to 103. If it gets to 103, the overheat alarm should turn the actual heater off until it goes back down to the target temperature. All right, so we're at 99 degrees. Apparently, it does feel like it's probably around 99. So I think that's pretty accurate right now. And humidity is showing at around 57%. The only thing is that I think that I'm thinking it should do fine holding heat, especially in this room because it's so warm up here anyway. I think the problem it's going to have is holding humidity because there is a bit of a gap in the cover seal here. There's not like a gasket, rubber gasket around it, so it's just basically a standard plastic groove that sits in. So it might have a problem with holding the humidity level at the proper level, but so far so good with temperature. It's holding at 100 degrees, and humidity levels showing 57. And I think before we took the top off to put the eggs in, we're sitting right around 65, 66%. So we stayed in the target range according to this sensor. So as long as this sensor is accurate, we're good to go. Well, we're just going to let this go for a few minutes, guys. I just kind of want to see if this temperature does hold now that the eggs are in. I don't see why it wouldn't, but I also want to see if we can get that humidity percentage back up to around 60% before we end the stream here. We're at 57%. We dropped down to 51, and we're still dropping. We're down to 54. Yeah, it's kind of just jumping all over the place right now. It's saying 60, 62, 63. And it's holding. It's at 63. I think that's pretty much where we were at before we took the lid off and put the eggs in. Like I said, it was right around 65 or 66, I think. So as long as we can hold this right now for another couple minutes, I think everything will be all right. I suppose, what was the temperature range of the on this? So I suppose we could just add a couple extra degrees in the temperature too to make sure it's always at the correct temperature. So they're saying 101 for the growing period, and then 100 for hatching. So I mean, I don't think a 1 degree difference in Fahrenheit is going to really make that much of a difference. I think we'll just leave it at 100. So far, the humidity percentage is staying at 63%, which is fine because it was saying that we wanted our target range was 55 to 70%. And from the videos I was watching on other people that have hatched these eggs, they said that their target was 60%. So we should be okay. What if they're not eggs, rather spare organs I'm growing? It could be. Extra lungs. It's looking good though. I think we might be all right. Let's give it another another couple minutes here just to be sure. Yeah, I just really can't tell. I mean, you can't tell. It's not. I mean, it's not like hot to touch. So, I mean, 100's not going to be that hot anyway. So, I guess I'm just going to trust the sensor for right now. Once they're too small. The button ones are too small to eat. We can make an omelet with some of their eggs though. So button quail, from what I've figured out, is around 4 weeks old, I believe. It's either 4 weeks or a couple months old. I have to look again, but they'll start laying eggs, and then they'll lay at least. They tend to lay at least one egg every other day, and can lay up. And each hen can lay up to about 100 eggs every year. So I guess we can pull some aside, and we'll try and make like a quail egg omelet or something, just for the hell of it one day. But I'm kind of hoping that we'll have at least one male that hatches, and they're not all females, so we can at least try hatching a few more eggs too. Best case scenario for this would be one male hatches, and then 2 or 3 females hatch along with. So that would give us a 3 to 4 egg hatch rate of the 15, which is kind of what I'm targeting right now, because that would give us enough eggs to at least have some for breeding, perhaps, and then some to sell, and then some to cook. That's down the road. Hopefully that'll be something that we can do. And hopefully that once we get some eggs, we'll have some of the vegetables growing out in the garden, so we'll be able to make something with all of our homegrown stuff. They will be all males. I can open a gay bar. the gayest incubation ever. That would be a disaster. Then I don't care if they're tiny, because if they all turned out to be males, Thomas, we would just slaughter them and eat them just out of spite. All right, so the temperature is holding. Humidity levels holding right around 65%. So I think we're good, guys. I think that is going to be it for tonight. All right, like I said, guys, if you want more frequent updates, go ahead and join the Discord. I'll post in there more often. And later on tonight, before I go to bed, I'll probably come back up here and just check on everything to make sure everything's going all right, and then just post an update there. And then we'll see how things go. So if everything goes well, the next video next live will be in a couple days here when we do the first candling test of the eggs. But all right, guys, thanks a lot for hanging out. Everything looks like it's going well, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, guys.